だから、そういうのも直そうよ。
わかったよ。ザクロがそこまで言うなら気をつ。
なんでそんなにぶっきらぼうなのかな。なんか
なんで私が機嫌悪いんだよ。
いや、あからさまに悪いし。
だってさ、久しぶりなのに。
久しぶりなのに、私が誰かと会ってたから不機嫌なのかな。
誰かと会ってた？そうなんだ。やっぱり二人でいたんだ、あいつと。
No, it's not like I was with him. Is that what Kimika thought? I kind of wanted to ask what she's thinking.
それでどんな感じなの？
Pretty uneventful. I mean, not even a sentence about it. Pretty uneventful.
何が？
そんなのマミアとに決まってるじゃない。
いや、別に何も。
なんで？もうキスぐらい終わったでしょ？
She really was misunderstanding something. I didn't feel that way about him anymore.
ね、何度か言ったけど私は別に。
だからそうやってごまかす癖やめなよ。進めない自分に対する言い訳だよ。
What? I'm not making an excuse. And what does she think about it? She's starting to get on my nerves. I should tease her a
だ
bit.
って私はキスなんてやったこともないし、やり方だってわからないし。
そんなのただ唇合わせればいいだけじゃん。
ほーん。じゃあキミカはやったことあるわけだ。そう、キミカ、そんなこと言うんならもちろんやったことあるんでしょ？キス。あれ？もしかしてないくせにそんな偉そうなこと言ってたのかな？
バカにするな。私だってキスの1回や 0.5 回くらい。
Half? What's half a kiss? You're getting ahead of yourself, Kimika.
やったことあるんだ。
あるわよ。うん。
なら見せてよ。キスしてるところ見せて。
そんなの見せられるか。だいたい今は一身上の都合でフリーだ。
Complicated.
そうなんだ。でも本当なのかな。そういえば今までキミカの彼氏の話とか聞いたことないな。
ギク。
どんな人と付き合ってたのかな。キスの経験があるのなら言えるはずだよね。
言える
He
よ。
goes to a different school.
どんな人とキスしたことあるの？
なんか
Kind of?
なんか人だよ。男の人っていいじゃん。なんでザクルにそんなこと言わなきゃいけないのよ。
だってなんか嘘っぽいなーって。
そんなことない。つうか嘘とか失礼だ。
そうなんだ。わかった。
その言い方信じてないのかよ。
別にただ証明できないんだよね。キミカって理系っていう割に証明できないこと簡単に言うんだってわかったから。
だと？じゃあ反証実験するか？
反証実験？
いやなんでもない。今のなし。
Her face suddenly reddened.
何？
なんでもないからさ。
I would love if this was actually nothing, but she looked away. What's she thinking? Wait. Oh, by experiment she means.
ごめん、
But you can't do anything, so it's fine.
言い過ぎた。
There's nothing to experiment with. I felt embarrassed too. Then Kimika.
さ、ザクロ。キスの実験というか練習というか。 なんか実験とかなったからさ、思わず聞いてみただけだから。
キスの実験。
Practicing kissing? No, it's not like I'd be practicing to kiss someone else, so I can't really call it practice. Kimika doesn't know, but that would be my first kiss. It's not just practice for me. Do people really put that much emphasis on it? She said it so casually, too.
わかった。
I mean, nothing changes.
じゃあ見せてよ。
ザクロに？
それとも他の人で見せてくれるの？
そんなの絶対嫌。ザクロになら。
私にならできるの？
うん。
There's no way we could actually do it, though. We're both girls. She's just being stubborn. Yeah, we can't do anything.
本当にいいの？
There'll be like a small air gap, and we can never cross that distance.
だからザクロにキスしてもいいの？
あ、別に。
It wasn't just a joke? Or is she just still being stubborn?
あのさ。
何？
We physically can't do this. Stop, please. Huh? Why is she tearing up? Could she be? There's no way she's really going to kiss me, right?
あのさ。
その。
Why are we talking about this? We were talking about practicing or experimenting or something like that. I only egged her on because I thought there was no way we would ever actually do it. Now my heart's thumping too. Why is that? It wasn't all a joke. After all this, my best friend, and she's a girl. She was my ally when we fought bullies, and I shouldn't be getting nervous about this. But I guess.
さ、実験って私でするって意味？
いや、例えばだよ。例えば、練習なら親しい友人とかかなってさ。
I've never kissed a guy. Nope.
なんかそういう話とかあるじゃん。雑誌とかでさ、女の子同士でキスの練習しちゃいましたなんてね。そんな軽いノリでね。
I just think that would be a little, yeah. A little bit more than friends there.
見るけど。
It's just practice, I swear.
ああいうのって
さあ、私もよくわからないけどさ、どうなんだろうね。
そうなんだ。
I definitely read about it in a magazine before. There was a reader submission where someone said they practiced kissing with one of their friends. So maybe it's not that strange after all. Well, if one person said it does it, then everyone does it. Kimika certainly is my best friend. Maybe it wouldn't affect our friendship at all if we did something like that. And yet, maybe it's like you don't want a friendship with her, but okay. My heart was beating wildly in my chest. What is this feeling?
ごめん。気持ち悪いよね。
そんなことない。
Oh, is there an option to back out of this? No. We were alone in the evening classroom, but my voice echoed in the hallway.
いや、キミカのこと好きだから。別にそんなの気持ち悪いわけないよ。
そうだよね。
だいたい私から言い出したことだし。
それって
I could hear her heart beating in her chest.
OK って理解していいのかな？
Her face was red like she had just run a marathon. Maybe my face looks the same.
単なる実験でしょ？
そうだよね。単なる実験だし、そんな改まって聞くことじゃないよね。あのさ、じゃあやっていいのかな？じゃあ実験始めるよ。
Her hand touched mine. I could feel it quivering and it was covered in sweat. We looked into each other's eyes.
あのさ、 目つぶっこんな見つめ合ってたらキスできないと。
そっか。
You're supposed to close your eyes when you kiss someone. I shouldn't have stared like that.
なんかこんな近い位置でキミカの顔見るの初めてだな。
私もこんな近くでザクロの顔見たこと。
As I looked at her, I couldn't help thinking, she's really cute, isn't she? She probably got bullied by Akasaka specifically because she was so cute. There's no other explanation. Well, it's more that Shirayama thought she was really cute, and then that's why.
あのさ、目つぶってくれるかな。
オッケー。
I closed my eyes just like she told me. Her fingers dug into my hand. I felt her breath. I never felt anything like that before. My teeth started chattering out of nervousness.
あのさ、ザクロ。
何？
口、そんなきつく閉じてたらキスできない。
口開けた方が。
いや、開けなくてもいいけど、もう少し唇を緩めてくれ。
It worked better that way, huh? I slowly parted my lips. Her tongue darted into my mouth. Good lord. I never felt anything like that. I couldn't believe a kiss could feel so good. Her tongue was so warm and soft.
あの、
It's over already.
まだよくわからないかな。
そうなの？
気持ちいいのはわかったけど、
Ah.
どうやってキスするかわからないかも。
そっか。今は私からだもんね。じゃあさ、今度はザクロからキスしてきてよ。
私から？
そう。ザクロから。
I slowly moved my face closer to her as she closed her eyes. Maybe I was supposed to close my eyes at this part too. But I wasn't used to this. It seemed like we're going to hit noses if I wasn't careful. I looked at her face until the last moment. Soft skin and beautiful lips. I wanted to kiss her more. Our lips parted together with a muted sound. The soft sensation of our lips touching our bodies grew closer. As we pressed our lips and bodies together, our warmth seemed to melt into one. Kimika's tongue danced and twined itself around me. I heard the sound of our saliva mixing and the sound of our tongues caressing each other. Yeah, lovely. She pushed her tongue deep inside my mouth. I thought her eyes were closed. Her lips didn't show any sign of drawing away from mine. Quite the opposite, we began to kiss more violently than before. I wanted to feel her more. I wanted to be closer to her. That's what my instincts told me. At the very least, in that moment, I didn't know what to call my feelings for her. My instincts just urged me to keep going, to keep kissing. We kissed and kissed seemingly for an eternity.
ザクロ。
ちょっと。
No.
ごめん。我慢できない。
我慢って
私、今まで我慢してたから、本当はこんなことしたらダメだって分かってたんだけど。
待って、君が。
ごめん。ザクロにはマミヤがいるのに、私分かってるのに。ごめんよ、ごめん。
そういう問題じゃなくて。
私、ごめんね。こんなこと、私のこと嫌いになるよね。
I always thought she was small and weak, but when she held me down, I couldn't stop her. She was crying. Why would she cry while doing this? There's nothing to cry about. Kimiko, what are you holding back? Can you shut the fuck up? What is it you always wanted? I wanted to ask her that, but her lips never left mine. She didn't even let me ask that question. Kimiko, you don't need to cry. I don't understand, but if you are holding it back for my sake, I'll do anything for you. Because you're the best friend I've ever had. We kissed for a long time. I felt her tears running down my face. I just closed my eyes and let her do as she pleased. She put her hand on my blouse. She kept touching my chest. She kept fondling my chest, even though she always seemed so upset about it before.
桜ごめんね。
She started undoing the buttons on my blouse, and her other hand moved toward my thighs. She moved her hand up my thighs, touching my underwear, and then lifted my skirt. She wanted to touch my body, but I wanted to be closer to her, and closer to her. I wanted to touch more of her red body as well. Her hand slowly and gently moved from her thigh to the bottom of my underwear, like she was checking the feeling of my body over and over.
やっぱり桜の胸大きいな。
Apparently. She buried her face in my chest.
私マミヤなんかに渡したくないよ。桜あんなやつなんかに。
Yeah, fuck that bastard.
確かに私の方が強くないけど、
I doubt it.
それもいつかあいつよりも強くなって桜を守れるようになるから。だから
She put her lips to one of my nipples.
ダメ。
Her hand touched my underwear. I felt a strange feeling I'd never felt before resonating through my brain.
太ももの肌感触から下着の感触。
Kimiko brought her face back to my breasts and started licking them. Her tongue really felt good and it was soft and warm. I could feel that my nipples were warm. My body just reacting to the pleasure. I could tell that Kimiko felt the same way from the warmth of her body and her hot, ragged breath. Kimiko took my empty hand and placed it on her thigh. I felt her smooth skin on my palm. Good lord, Zakuro, shut up. Her thighs felt warm, and when I moved my hand further up, I felt an incredible heat radiating from her crotch. Can I please just not do this? Then, she pressed my hand into her crotch. She guided my hand and my finger moved in from the side of her underwear. It was unbelievably wet. My finger slipped in without resistance at all. Then I touched her clitoris. Her body trembled in my touch.
ほら
When I looked down my hand, I noticed that her crotch was so damp it looked like she had wet herself.
こん
Lovely.
な変態で迷惑だよね。
She didn't give me a chance to reply at all. I actually enjoyed it, but she wouldn't let me say that. I wanted to tell her not to cry, but warm liquid dripped from her crotch every time we kissed. Kimiko grabbed my wrist and pushed it into her crotch again. Felt her sticky wetness and soft flesh on my fingers. She kept kissing me, never letting up. We were connected by our lips and by the hand at her crotch. Okay. She looked at me, tears welling up. She was moving my fingers herself, but soon after I started touching her, she was already close to climax. She finally moved her lips so I could speak.
桜一人で勝手に納得して進めて。ほら
I gently touched her pussy.
嘘。桜の指が私のを触ってる。
She could have just told me that she wanted to do this. You're such a dummy, Kimiko.
ごめんね。桜こんなことさせて。
Kimiko convulsed with waves of pleasure, and then a moment later she froze as if her batteries had died.
今度
Batteries would die.
私が。
Kimiko put her hand under my skirt, and then, I was so embarrassed I suddenly realized that my underwear was wet and it was dripping down my thighs too.
何これ。
知らない。
こんなに。
I experienced a pleasure I'd never felt before. I felt the same warm touch that was previously in my mouth on my breast. She pulled down my panties and put her mouth to my pussy.
けど、ダメ。
I just don't know.
もうここまで来。
君がダメだよ。
取り返しなんてもうつくはず。桜のこと好きだから。桜感じられるから。
君が
ごめんね。ごめん。
そんな変態。君がばっかりやってて。
But you just did!
いいよ。
桜。
だから。
でも そんなことさせるわけにいかないよ。
変態、舐めてほしいんでしょ。ミカのすごい舐めてるだけなの。だったら頼めばよかったのに。変態。だからこんなことやめなきゃいけなかったのに。さくら。
Kimika and I went down on each other in the evening classroom. If anyone saw us, we wouldn't just be suspended, we'd probably be expelled. Yeah, no fucking shit. And we're both girls too. That doesn't matter at this point. If someone saw, who knows what would happen. You'd still be expelled. Unless they'd say, oh, nothing's happening here. It's just a mass of bodies doing nothing. Those thoughts flashed through my mind, but I didn't care. My brain wasn't working right anymore. My thoughts wouldn't line up. The waves of pleasure rushing through my body dominated me. Mikimika and I held each other. Our skin touched, our bodies overlapped. I couldn't believe how warm and soft her body felt, so people really are mammals. No fucking shit. Nonsensical thoughts like that flashed through my mind. Maybe that's why it's so nice to feel another person's warmth. I love feeling her warmth. It's so wonderful. I want to get even closer with her. I want to become one with her. That was my only desire. So important. So important. I can't believe I'm missing this plot. Kimika arched her back like a bow. Her thighs were dripping wet, like she'd pissed herself. Similes aren't always the best when trying to do this, unless apparently you have a pissing fetish, buddy. Big drops of it dripped out of my face, but it was like I was completely numb. I didn't mind at all. Or maybe I didn't mind because I loved her. Yes, please, just let it fucking go. So lovely. My body started convulsing just a second after. Waves of pleasure. Couldn't even tell what was going on. I got the gist of it. I guess I came. Every contraction sent dopamine racing through my body. Is it done? For a few minutes, we just held each other, still naked, but our wits returned to us when we heard the voices in the hallway. Thank God it's over. I'm still not sure how that constitutes you losing your virginity. Nothing really went in there except a tongue. And, I don't really consider that losing your virginity, but you do you.
Nani? 笑ってるのかしら?
ごめんなさい。
確かこれ最初はキスの練習。
はい。
なんでキスの練習なのに。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anyone walking by would notice a certain smell.
面目ないじゃないよ。
Wow, there's a lot of liquid on the ground, apparently. Ah, it's fine.
ごめん。
君か？謝ったって許さ
At
ないん
least
だからね。
clean up.
どうしたら、やっぱり強制わいせつ罪で起訴という流れでしょうか。
No, she wouldn't post charges on that. If she did, I'd be livid.
あ、そうか。そういうこともできるのか。
徹するんですか？
それは嫌？
そりゃあ、この年で刑務所送りは少し。
そう。ならどう責任取ってくれるのかな。
責任？
そう、責任。
刑罰とかじゃなく？
そう、責任だよ。さて、どう取ってくれるのかな。
責任ってどういう。
勝手に私と間宮君との関係を疑ってこんなことしたんだからさ。
いや、それは疑うも何も。
何もないの。
Okay, there's nothing between you two.
私と間宮君は別に何もないの。だって夏休み。
そうなの？
そうだよ。だいたい私と彼が会う理由なんてないし。
でも
じゃない。はい、責任。
はい。
私は間宮君に特別な感情を抱いてなんかないよ。
Okay.
それって
そういうこと。
And that was the end of that. Or maybe I should say that was the beginning. 1 month later, time passed so quickly, the summer was already over. The seasons changed. From summer to fall. From fall to winter. From winter to spring.
あのさ、何さっきからブツブツ言ってるの？
ああ、ごめんごめん。少し考え事。
考え事？
そうそう。
And that's how my perspective, the scene that Takashi Mazakura sees, comes to a close. The two of us lived happily ever after, and this is the end. Goodbye. Farewell to days past into a new future. The two of us tomorrow from here on out. Hello. Oh, okay, that was a fucking abrupt end. Cool story, I guess. Well, I've already kind of briefly touched on it. I kind of want to see who exactly is going to be the protagonist for the next one. It's got to be Hasaki or Tomo-san. The last one will probably be just a third person with the actual truth of what's going on. But Tomo-san understands the relationship between Yuki and Takuji, but he's not the original body. So it's going to be interesting to see whenever he gets a chapter. If he doesn't, then that kind of sucks, to be honest. That all these other bodies get one, but he doesn't. But I also like to see Hasaki, because I want to know what she thinks about what her brother's going through, how she sees her brother. I just want to see, yeah, that one. Who is the lead here? So it's Brilling, and the Slithy Toves did Gyre and Gimbal in the Wade. Wait, oh god. Oh, the Missy were the Boro Groves, and the Mom Raths Outgrab. Oh god, what is this? What is this old English? Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hand, long time the Manoxum foe he sought. So rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in the uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the Trotology wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through the vorpal parade went snicker snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went glumping back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy, O frabulous day. Calhu Calais, he cohorted in his joy. All mimsy were the Borogroves, and the Momraths outgrab. 'Twas brilling in the slithy toes, did gyre and gimble in the web. All missy were the Borogroves, all the Momraths outgrab. Jabberwocky by Lewis Carroll. Please, English. Something that's more intelligible than that. Oh, God. The mysterious monster called the Jabberwock is a nameless man who defeats the monster. Why did the nameless man feel compelled to slay the Jabberwock? It was a poem written by Lewis Carroll in nonsense verse. The greatest nonsense poem is told as a parody of an epic. A mysterious monster, a nameless hero. Many words that never existed before. Thank you. The parody of an epic. It's just like my own existence. I walked through the city as the sun began to set. A city bathed in evening sunlight. The sky took on shades of orange and yellow, and the buildings were dyed a dark purple. The time when the world sinks into darkness when the light comes on. The lights in people's lives come on.
あら、今日は早いのね。その感じだと、ともさね？
はい、友さねです。あとどうでもいいですけど早くないですよ。もう
Okay.
6時半過ぎてますし。
It is Tomo-san, and that's who we're getting. Interesting. I look forward to seeing what goes on with him and how he sees his other personalities.